You have a problem with authorities, Mr. Anderson. You think you're special. Somehow you think that the rules do not apply to you. Obviously, you are mistaken. Morpheus, the Matrix movie, the red pill or the blue pill. Okay, I wanted to discuss a presentation that I attended yesterday by Daegan Smith. Okay, very rich guy, very rich. He was the starting point for many, many online success stories, millionaires as well. It must feel pretty awesome to be a guy who's not only rich, but to be able to look back over your life at some point and say, well, I have turned others into millionaires. It's not so bad, is it? And the subject of the presentation was, sorry, there's people driving by on bikes. The subject of the presentation was, what are the 20% that make you basically the most money? You know, the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. And the presentation was enlightening in that there was no clear-cut answer. Now you would expect that you are attending the presentation of this, super famous dude who's got all the stuff figured out for himself. And, he's putting on a very intriguing title and subject for the presentation. And then, in a way, on some level, he's not delivering, right? But it's true. He cannot give a cookie cutter answer for everybody because you have to kind of find out who you are. And that's really what it's all about. You have to find out what is the value that you bring to the marketplace, right? We live more and more not only in a skill-based society where you are, for example, somebody with, I don't know, you're an engineer, you've got all the degrees, you've worked for Mercedes and you've invented engines. Those are not alone anymore the things that make people money, which is good because there's people who simply don't have those degrees or who are too old and stuff like that. So it always comes full circle to the question, what is value? Okay. I think that's even the subject of the book. It's called Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. I think that's the same question raised in that book. I don't know if you read it. Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Pretty crazy question. As an online marketer, you're supposed to offer value. And in truth, these things can be many different things, and sometimes they're incredibly simple. So here's a takeaway from my personal journey. I've been doing this for 5-6 years. The constant question of, is the content that I'm sharing with the world valuable enough, can be one of the big hindrances in this business. Because you cannot really manufacture additional value that isn't already there. Do you know what I mean? There are right now people giving relatively, it's kind of emotional, it's girly, feel-good stuff, talking about, certain things, making excellent money. This is an example talking about my female peers in this industry. Okay, something that I didn't do correctly or didn't do well at the beginning. I happened to, and that was maybe not even luck. I happened to have a mentor who was an intellectual super being when it came to entrepreneurship, and who was years ahead of me in the learning curve and also in the process of thinking things through. How do you think about life and business? What kind of mindsets and beliefs should you adapt? Very intimidating. I mean, just imagine you start today and, you want to provide value to the world, and you have this role model, who's always doing this incredible content. He can write like he's Ulysses. No. What's the guy who wrote Ulysses? Oh man, my old brain. Anyway, like some genius and who's incredible on video and all that. And then there's this people, all they do is they take constant action, okay? And they talk about whatever. So the value question, is kind of is like a two-pronged sword. You can overanalyze and feel that everything you ever do is not good enough, or you can simply believe that, or you can also have, of course, let's be truthful, horrible content. I mean, what you're doing is just so subpar and ridiculous and bad in quality that there is no words to even describe it. And that's why I believe that maybe we need you in this industry. This industry is huge. So many people trying out. But really, we need leaders. I'm just saying, we don't need geniuses. You don't have to be one. I'm not a genius myself. We're looking for people who understand that this big pool of people out there doesn't have to be an intimidation. If you want to learn marketing, it's going to be so easy to just stand out, because if you just give it your best shot or a semi-good shot, there's a chance that you're going to be the next success story in this industry. Don't be scared. This industry is full of sheeple. It is sometimes not even that pleasant. But there is, as Ziegler said, a lot of room at the top. It's just the bottom that's crowded. So don't be too tense. Raise your standards, yes, have standards, quality standards, with the things you read and the things you talk about. And, don't sit maybe with a Big Mac carton on your lap and shoot a video of yourself. But there's so much room for wealth in this industry, as we are moving or have moved into a value-based, relationship-based, entertainment-based, entrepreneurial super society. And that is a very good thing and should give everybody hope. Until next time, Mr. Anderson. Do you think you're special? Keep believing it. You just might be right. Now get it out of yourself and into the world.